welcome back to the Opulent Life. This is Ozzy here again with yet another unboxing for you guys. Hope everybody's enjoying these holidays and doing lots of shopping and having a great time. So I decided to share one of my unboxings with you also. Now today we are going to be unboxing a different kind of watch. It is a Swiss watch, but it is an independent manufacturer, or at least it was an independent manufacturer for several years, called Frederique Constant, based out of Geneva in Switzerland. The company was founded in 1988. In 2016 they actually got sold out to the Citizen Group, but they maintained their manufacturing in Switzerland, and by all means they're basically an independent manufacturer. It's just that they're owned by Citizen now, and they also own Alpina watches. So Frederique Constant owns Alpina, and Frederique Constant is owned by Citizen, so it's a huge chain, a lot of corporate stuff involved. So this is the Frederique Constant Classics Automatic Silver Dial Men's Watch, reference number FC710 MC4H6. It is one of their in-house movement calibers developed by them. I think it's based off the SW310, but we'll come to that in a second. So without any further delay, let's get to the unboxing. This, as you can see, is a fairly large box, I would say. It's a British racing green color, has some texturing. I would say it's horizontal pinstriping and feels really good. So has a little bit of a dent over here. I think that's just from the shipping and handling. And you can see it's got a tan brown base. Nothing else on design here on any of the sides. It just says standard over here. Maybe it's a standard box size. I'm not sure what it means. And then you have the Frederique Constant logo. See what's inside. Right, typical watch box fashion, box inside a box. This side opens. Let's take it out. Now, before we come to this box over here, let's see what's in the inner casing. So we have this leaflet over here. It says live your passion. And then this is just telling you instructions on how to activate the warranty card. Right? And yeah, guys, this one I did not get from Joma Shop, so it does actually have a full warranty coverage. I got this from Walmart for a steal deal. More on that later towards the end. I promise I'll share with you guys what deal I got. So let's put this back in. What else do we have in here? We have another booklet inside. And this is kind of like this shell housing the booklet and the box. What's inside here? Let's see. Okay, so it's kind of like it feels like a leather book, but it's not. It's just cardboard. It has Frederique Constant Geneve embossed inside it along with the logo. If you open it up, it opens two ways. Wow, looks like we got a bunch of booklets here. Let's start from left to right. Let's see what's here. So this side here, live your passion. What else does it say? It tells you about the service centers. Actually comes out, so let's see. Yeah, I think it just has the warranty information on where you can go and get it fixed in case something goes wrong. So they've got centers pretty much everywhere. Wow. Yeah, they have a very good international service center coverage. So that's what it says. It tells you about their headquarters, tells you where you can get your watch fixed if you have a problem. So let's put that back in. Let's see what else we got. So this second booklet here also comes out, by the way, very nifty. This has the guarantee and instructions. So it's just the instructions manual for how to run the watch. It probably has information about the watch history, just like those Tissot booklets. Tells you about their manufacturing process, quality control, after sales service. I think it has a little bit of their watch collection featured as well. As you can see, different languages translated. Very nice quality printing, guys. This is very, very good quality printing, I must say. Glossy paper, detailed instructions, very well written, very well labeled. Excellent. Yeah, this is the kind of booklets I like. I don't like huge booklets. I like small, concise, brief booklets that have good quality printing, are to the point, not too much jargon, has some nice pictures in there too, Covers all their different calibers and watches. Very good. All right, let's put this back in. Okay, so now we got two of the books out of the way. What's in this one? Furthest on the right side. This probably looks like a guarantee card holder. Yep, it's their certificate of authenticity. It's basically their warranty card. It's unfilled, don't know why, but you do have it, and the fact that I have it means I get a 2-year warranty with it. So that's good. International warranty, nice to have it. Hope I never need to use it, but nice to know it's there. So that's this booklet, just a 3-way tri-folding booklet. And oh, I think I put it the wrong way, did I? Yep, that's how it is. Yep, that's how it is. So we're gonna put this back in. Nothing much else to talk about it. Now let's come to the actual watch box itself, which also looks like a pretty decent quality box, I must say. It looks like a leather stitched box, very nice graining on it. It feels very high quality, has some tan stitching on the side. It says Frederique Constant, Geneve, live your passion, with the logo, also in tan lettering. Yeah, very cuboidal box, I must say. No other design pattern. Looks like it has very good finishing overall. Feels like a quality product. The way a watch is packaged, guys, I mean, it doesn't matter because you're going to take it out and use the watch. But for me, it matters because it tells you how much thought and detail they put into the process of making the watch and delivering it to you. The presentation for me matters a lot. For a lot of people, the boxes don't matter for anything. But for me, they matter a lot. That's why I do these unboxings for you guys, to show you guys which manufacturers are actually putting their thought into the entire process of you getting the watch. Because let's face it, guys, you don't need a watch these days. It's all about, you know, the finesse and the art. And if the box isn't up to the mark, then that part of the art is just not there. And for me, that matters. So without further delay, let's open this box up. Let's see what's in the receipt. You don't need that. All right, some silica gel as a desiccant. Let's remove that. All right, so here is the box, guys. Cream leather finish. This has the logo and the name inside as well. Keep saying their tagline. Same finish throughout. Almost like cream whitish color. Don't know the exact one, but yeah, that's what it looks like. So here's the watch. It's inside. Plastic comes on this nice leather pillow. Very good quality. Feels soft and plush with some good stitching on the sides here. Hope you guys can see it if the camera's focusing okay. Yeah, definitely very plush, very soft. It comes in this plastic, which is not just generic plastic. It has its actual logo on it. Let's take it out. There you go. Plastic gets really slippery in the hands when you're wearing these gloves, guys. Okay, so here it is, the Frederique Constant Classics Manufacturer Automatic Men's Watch. It's a dress watch, as you guys can see. Has all the plastics and tags on it. So we're gonna go ahead and remove them so we can get a decent look at the watch itself. Classics manufacturer has the anti-shock system, 550-meter water resistance, leather strap, and this part. Yeah, guys, this is the watch. Very beautiful, I must say. Classic dress watch style with a very nice white looking dial, but it's actually not white, it's silver according to the specifications in the manual. But for me, for all intents and purposes, I would say it is a white dial. So this is part of their in-house movement line, and it's using their new, well, I shouldn't say new, it's been around for some time, but it's using their FC710 caliber, which is completely in-house, based on the Sellita SW310 movement, I believe. But yeah, it's been modified, and as a result, you can see the case thickness is a little bit thicker than you would see in a classic dress watch like their classics line that's not part of the manufacturer. It's much thinner and looks slightly different. So anyway, let's come to the dial again. You see within the white dial, there's a lot of small details. You can see a guilloche pattern in the center with the Frederique Constant logo. Let's actually get these hands out of the way so you can see it clearer. There you go. So you have the Frederique Constant Geneve logo in the center, very nicely placed, centered. Roman numerals all throughout. You have minute markers on the chapter ring or outer rim, you would like to say. It's Swiss made, a little bit of a gap between the Swiss made because of this center date wheel that's at the 6 o'clock position. There's some radial guilloche pattern for this date wheel as well, so they didn't leave out any detail on that too. The date numbers are very nicely written. A little bit congested on the 11 o'clock position for the date wheel, or I should say from between the 23, 25, 27, but that's because of the double lettering. However, otherwise looks very nice. The hands, minute and hour hands are breguet style, and that's always a beauty to look at. I love breguet hands. They are one of my favorites, and this just, adds to the charm of the watch, I must say. And the glass it's not domed, but it's sapphire crystal, so meaning it's very, very scratch resistant. Case is stainless steel with polished finish, mirrored finish throughout from the sides. Yep. The case is 42 millimeters in diameter. The lugs are not very, very protruding, so it means it can fit your wrist very easily, as we're going to try it out on a wrist shot. Very nice finishing on these lugs here, rounded edges. They're not sharp and cutting into your skin. Very beautiful. The crown is onion shaped and looks like it does have manual wind. Let's push it out, set the time to something, and then let's let it run. Yeah, crown push out. It's not a screw down crown, by the way. It's push and pull. That's why it only has 50-meter water resistant. Let's shake it up a little bit. There you see the watch starts running. Fully automatic with manual wind capabilities. Let's see if it has hacking. So, yep, it's got hacking and hand winding. So that's perfect. Yep, looks perfect. Very, very smooth movement. It is a high beat, 28,800 VPH movement, composed of 137 parts, 26 jewels. Power reserve is 42 hours, which is very good for a dress watch. Not I won't say it's great or perfect or the best, but it's decent. It's acceptable. So yeah, so that's not bad. The bandwidth over here is approximately 22 millimeters. One of the things about this watch is the crown is very, very prominent, I must say, for a dress watch. Usually they try to conceal it up, but this one, they made sure that it sticks out like a jewel, which is good. It's kind of like Cartier style. I like it. And coming into the dial a little bit closer, what I missed out earlier on was that the Roman numerals are placed on a pattern that's different from the guilloche. It's not just one pattern across. The Roman numerals are on kind of like a brush finish pattern that's silver, if you look at it closely. So different patternings make it for a different feel and adds to a level of detail that's almost Art Deco like, but this is not an Art Deco watch. So guys, I do want to mention that although this is a 42 millimeter diameter, it does wear a little bit bigger because of the lugs, and the lug width is approximately 50 millimeters, although the case is only 42. Because of the lugs, 50 millimeters is the amount that's going to be acquired on your real estate of your wrist. So just be mindful of that. And also want to mention about this date wheel here. As you know, if you push the crown out to the first position and moving it clockwise, it's a quick set date. So, and it's very, very easy to use, very smooth action, no problems at all. And it's very easy to read the date, although it may look a little bit cluttered on the 11 o'clock side. If you do look at it, the marker is very accurate and points to the exact point on there. So there's no moving around unless it's around 12 o'clock. That's when it's primed to change the date. Also, guys, now I've been using this winding mechanism for a little bit. I do want to point out it is a little bit rough to wind but that may be because I'm not used to this movement. After a while, it should feel okay. But just so you know, if you're looking for a very super silky smooth movement, this one is not it. However, it's very robust and it's a workhorse movement manufactured in-house, so there should not be any problems with that in the long term. And yeah, so as you can notice, I've been spending some time with it. The center pattern on the dial is very different from the one that's on the date wheel. The date wheel patterning is sunburst fashion. The patterning in the center of the watch is Clos de Paris. And there's a track-like pattern on the outer rim of the watch with a little bit of brush finish around the Roman numerals. I wish the numerals were actually applied instead of being just printed out, but I guess that would have significantly increased the cost, and they wanted to keep it at a rate where everybody can actually afford it. And you can see some patterning across the minute markers as well. All very beautifully executed in my opinion. As you can see, this comes with a deployant clasp. I haven't adjusted it yet, but it's got a push button release, and I love these clasps. When you have a push button release deployant clasp, those are my favorite. Easy to wear, one-time set. Unlike butterfly clasps, these are much more easier to operate and wear. Allows for a quick adjustment, quick wear. You can see it's very nicely signed, brush finish, got the logo and emblem for Frederique Constant. Button releases on both sides. Stainless steel finish. I think I forgot to take off this plastic here. Let's take it off. Yeah. Got all the original packaging intact. That's what I love about online buying. I usually get much better quality packaging than I do when I buy things at the department store like Macy's and Nordstrom, because they've taken off all of these plastics and stickers, and overall the unique experience goes away because they've done it for you, and in the process they've usually scratched the watch pretty badly. So over here you can see polished finish, stainless steel over here. Oh, there's another plastic. I keep missing these plastics, guys. All right, so we finally have a clear view of the mechanism. We have polished finished Frederique Constant sign, says 18 here. I don't know what that means. So this part is brushed with polished links, goes straight on here. Stainless steel on the other side, it says. And yeah, so the mechanism looks very solid, has a brush finish with screws over here. Yeah, looks very solid indeed. So yeah, strap itself is, it's called croco calf, but it's actually calf with croc pattern, alligator stripe pattern. So it'll feel very hard in the beginning, but after wearing it for a little bit, 2-3 days, gets used to your wrist, then it becomes extremely comfortable. I'm impressed with the build quality of this watch. So I got this from Walmart for a steal deal, guys. Originally this watch, well, according to its manufacturer suggested retail price, is $2,795. And on Joma Shop, I saw it for a lowest price of about $1,095. On Walmart, I found this for around $880 something, and with tax and everything, it came out to be like $960. So I was like, I should grab this right now. And to be honest, guys, I was having a hard time finding this on Amazon, Joma Shop, and some of the other gray market sellers. Apparently, a lot of these have been sold out, and the baby brother of this watch, the Classics non-manufacturer line with the Adam movement, a little bit thinner than this, doesn't have the date sub wheel, more plainer but still pretty nice, and costs a little bit less. That one I could not find at all. Either they've been sold out or they're not shipping them anymore. I even went to Frederique Constant's own website. Looks like they're not shipping to the US. Apparently maybe you guys can help me out. When I try to put something in the car and try to buy it, it doesn't let me buy it. I don't know why. I tried to order something, but it didn't work. So yeah, so that's an interesting detail. Anyway, we haven't discussed the case back. Let's look at it. It's a very beautiful case back, kind of like a work of art, I must say, almost. You can see it's got a polished finish on the outer rim. Manufacturer 5 atmosphere, which means 50 meters. So it's got a sapphire crystal, Swiss made, Frederique Constant, then it has the serial numbers FC710 and the movement, whatever. So now you look at the case back, it's very, very beautiful. Very nice decoration, guys. Very beautiful perlage patterning. The rotor is very nicely decorated. It's got a bronze rose gold type of finish. It says Swiss made, 26 joules, manufacturer FC700. So the FC710 is a variant of the FC700 really. There you can see the mainspring and the rotor just whirring away. The screws are all blued, which is a very nice touch. I love it when they blue the screws out. That's very nice. You can see the patterning is very different. The perlage on the outer side, and then there's inner patterning with some concentric lines. Not concentric lines, actually, it's a little bit different. Don't know how to describe that, but that regardless looks very, very beautiful indeed. So yeah, looking at it from other angles, you can see every single screw has been blued out. So they did not leave anything undecorated on this. So when you look at the case back, it's just as appealing as you look at the front of the watch, which is a good sign. I love the finishing. Finishing is very, very smooth, very nice. And guys, obviously this is a dress watch, so there's no lume, so we can't do a lume test. Let's put it on the wrist and see how it looks. Alright guys, so I have sized the strap up, and here's going to be a wrist shot of the watch. As you can see, the deployant clasp has engaged very nicely, and here it is. So on my 6.5 inch wrist, is on a little bit of a bigger side, I must say, but it does fit nicely. I'm not keen about very, very small watches, so this works okay for me. I don't know about you guys. You guys might prefer a slightly smaller version, maybe a 38 millimeter or 40 millimeter. This one only comes in 42 millimeters. I think the basic one that has the ETA movement without the date wheel and the not having the in-house movement, the ETA movement, is a little bit thinner and a little bit smaller in diameter. So you guys might want to check that out instead if you feel that this is too big for you. But right now it fits very beautifully. I must say the strap is a little bit on the rigid side right now, maybe because it's brand new. I haven't broken into it yet, so it does feel a little bit strange, although I have set it to a comfortable setting. If I go any tighter, that's too tight for me. This is perfect, but I think with usage and wear, it'll adjust to my wrist much better over time. But right now it's a little bit clunky on this end, particularly looks a little bit more square. But yeah, I think with wear that should settle out, so that shouldn't be a big problem. Alright guys, so that was it for this review and unboxing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Do check out our Instagram channel where I do daily uploads about watches and other stuff as well. Until then, you guys take care and enjoy these photo shots of the Frederique Constant Classics Manufacturer 710. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, time to give this watch an opulence score. First up is the style and design category. Being a pure dress watch, it looks nice as a contemporary design. It feels very elegant and classic in terms of style. However, it's not very original or an unseen concept and borrows elements from many other well-known brands, so for that reason it gets a 7 out of 10. Next up is the materials, quality, and finishing category. The finishing seems to be very nicely done, has beautiful decoration on the movement, and it is an in-house design. However, too much polishing on the case finish makes it prone to scratches, and I would have liked to see a domed sapphire crystal or applied numerals. Plus, the winding mechanism is a bit rough and the strap can feel uncomfortable in the beginning. So for these reasons, it gets a 6 out of 10. Next up is the performance category. Power reserve is decent, the movement is quite smooth but nothing too complex. Feels decent on the wrist, lies underneath most cuffs, but French cuffs can be a bit tricky, so for that reason it gets a 7 out of 10. Next up is the value category. The MSRP is too high at $2,795, but due to gray market discounts and third-party sellers, it however hovers around an acceptable price range of $1,000, so for that reason it gets about a 6 out of 10. Versatility is very limited by the dress watch aesthetics and is designed for purely formal or perhaps semi-formal wear. Business casual is not as forte, and given the popularity of business casual in offices these days, it makes the watch less wearable, so it gets a 5 out of 10. Next up is the wow factor category. Being a pure dress watch, only fans of the brand will recognize it. Even though it looks nice, it's very understated and doesn't draw too much attention to itself due to the conservative styling and doesn't really set itself apart. So for that reason, it gets a 4 out of 10. Total score is 35 out of 60, and that places it in category C of opulence levels.